Wow, look at that. Just a few days later, and he's got that pretty well cleared out. Much easier to mow it now. Great job, buddy. Hey friends, and welcome to another edition of Harvest the Garden with me. I just had to run back inside and get another container because my first container could not hold any more green beans. We've got a ton of green beans. We're out harvesting the garden. It's my day off today. So, yeah, the green beans are going nuts. Let's go take a look. So this is our bush bean, green bean little patch here. It's just this section right here. The rest of all of that is black beans, which normally I wait until they're fully developed and starting to dry before I pick them. So we don't have any rush to get any of those. The green beans, however, I prefer to get them when they are smaller and more tender. You probably will notice a subtle difference between bush green beans and climbing green beans. And I personally prefer bush green beans more. But they do have a shorter window. Like it's like they all come on at the same time and then they're done. Mom. Yes, ma'am. So, the bush green beans, they come on fast and they have a lot all at the same time. So they're good for like preserving and canning too, because you're gonna get a large batch all at once. The pole beans, they are very well producing too, and we end up saving a lot of those. They keep producing all summer long, whereas the bush green beans kind of produce really quick and then peter out. The pole beans last a lot longer. So we plant both types. I was actually just thinking about planting a second section of the bush green beans so that when these ones peter out, we'll have a whole nother section to pick. Because we have a fairly long summer, and we can grow more than one batch of green beans for the summer, but we'll also be having the pole beans coming in. So, I mean, we're going to be swimming in green beans. We ended up swimming in green beans last year. We had so many in the freezer. Oh, tell you what though, all this bending over makes me envious of those raised beds, but you don't have to bend over. My back is screaming. You may notice that I don't really have a lot of videos that show me like weeding or anything like that, because I really don't weed. I use methods that have reduced the amount of time that I need to spend on things like weeding or like stuff like that. A lot of my time is spent on harvesting and preserving and cooking the food, and not so much on weeding these days. Watering is also another one that I don't spend a lot of time on. I ended up getting timers for the waters, and I let it just kind of water on its own schedule, and it does it for me, so I'm not having to stand out here and spend hours watering the garden when it doesn't rain. But so far this year we've gotten tons of rain, and we really haven't had to water very much at all. So I've got these cucumbers. I need to put them in the trellis so they won't be hanging on the ground. Have cucumbers pretty soon. I've had people asking for cucumbers. So,
Mommy, what?
the Japanese beetles are starting to get out here. Usually I just take a bucket of soapy water and knock them in there and just try to cut down the numbers. It looks like this wild random volunteer green bean patch is making its way over to start climbing up the corn too, which will be fine. Corn and green beans go well together. You want to help me knock them in there?
Yeah.
So just hit the leaf and knock them in the bucket.
Okay, but
You got this, girl.
look.
All right, do you want to hold the bucket and I'll do it? Okay.
Whoa.
Yep. Good job. Yep, there they are. The green bean trellis is looking really good. It'll be completely covered in probably about a week. We're also starting to get some ripe tomatoes. Well, kind of ripe. I pull them when they first start to blush because we have a problem with things eating them. So I pull them right when they first start to blush, and then they finish ripening either like on the porch or on a table outside or something. so then we're not bringing bugs into the house, because I did that one year where I brought them all inside to finish ripening, and then we had tons of bugs in the house, so we don't do that. But we're starting to get some pink blushing tomatoes starting. There's one. Look how good these tomatoes are looking too. They're huge. Here's one. We're probably gonna have to pull out the pea fence line, and we'll save some seeds, and then whatever's left on there will go to the animals, or we'll save it and mix it into the winter food. So then they have like peas mixed into their winter food. Oh, that one got eaten. That'll be chicken food. Ellie wanted to practice her scissor skills today, and was cutting the weeds in the garden with the scissors. But an unintended fatality from the scissors, my sunflower got snipped. All right, so now we are cutting the heads off the rye and just putting them into a bucket down there. Then we'll get all the seeds out. Hopefully we'll have enough this year to actually make something with it. Last year I just took what I had and saved the seeds to multiply it for this year.
Just help me.
I'm gonna help you. So we're gonna get this all cut down and get it in our bucket. Doing a great job. I think we got most of it pretty well. I may come out and try to glean a little bit, but I need to start getting ready for bed. And in that section over there, there is a wasp nest, so I don't want to disturb that too much and get stung up. But I mean, we got a very full bucket. I could lay them, you know, all the same way and tie them up, but for my purposes, it doesn't really make much difference whether I put them in a bucket or tie them up. Oh man, look at these Japanese beetles eating my comfrey. Better get out here and get some of these leaves before they're all gone. They came fast.
What?
It was like no beetles at all, and then all of a sudden tons of beetles out of nowhere. It is celosia popping up in here. You can tell for sure now that these are a bunch of little celosia. Well, not so little anymore, huh? That are coming up in here. Oh look, there's a holy basil in there too that I did not plant. I'll take it. It's awesome. It is really, really hot out. The Facebook weathermen are saying that like in the city, it's gonna feel like 105 because the metal buildings and the asphalt and all that is soaking in all the heat during the day, and it's not cooling down enough at night for it to actually cool. And so it's like its own little center there where it's super hot. It's still hot here. We're like mid 90s this weekend. So super hot. We're getting to the point where you take the phone outside, try to do a video, and it says it's too hot, it needs to cool down. So we can only do like short spurts of stuff. The Japanese beetles are just making lace out of my green bean leaves. Good morning. I am getting out early this morning to get stuff picked before the heat comes. It is going to be a scorcher this weekend. I've been told that corn should be knee-high by July 4th, so I think we're doing pretty good. I haven't done an official garden tour this year because it's felt like the garden isn't done yet. But if you guys want to do an official garden tour, let me know and I will do that. I just haven't yet because I still have like 2 rows I need to plant, which I'm hoping maybe I can get them planted today. I'm finally getting some of these comfrey leaves cold. I'm gonna try to get some of these Japanese beetles off of here too. Oh, that bush has got so many beetles. I've started working on cleaning up this garden bed. Just when I have like 5 minutes or so, maybe I'll run out and just do what I can in 5 minutes and then run back inside. But I haven't harvested any comfrey leaves yet. And I have just like screens and things all over the house with so much stuff drying in there for spices, for teas, so much going on. I almost like need a dedicated space for drying things. I've thought about trying to do like a vertical rack, but I just don't really have a place in the house that would be convenient, or I could have like a hanging rack, like a big hanging rack with like layers for drying things. But so we've got screens for right now. We'll have to wash these. Little snail. You find so many cool things in the garden. We find so many creatures. Oh man, this is thick in here. The good thing about the comfrey leaves is, though, that they are so big that you only need a few. And we're using them for making salves. So a little bit goes a long way when it comes to making salves. There is a holy basil popping up everywhere in the garden. I'm really glad because, like I said before, I had a really hard time getting it to germinate, but there's been some times where I'm just walking through the garden and I'm like, it smells like holy basil, and I'll look down and didn't even realize it was there, and I stepped on it. So it's everywhere. So I'm here, there. That's the one that I planted, and then we've got it all through. There's more there, and all the way there's more there. I'm telling you, it's everywhere, which is awesome. So I'm gonna get some of this and we're gonna dry some of that for teas, and we're gonna make a fresh batch of tea too. It is about a bazillion degrees out. What's funny though is I have family that live in New York, and it's just as hot up there as it is down here in South Carolina. Same temperature. But it is the level of heat where you just walk outside and you just start to melt. The level where you need multiple showers a day because the amount of sweat is just not acceptable. But it is really, really hot out. So just doing like short spurts out to the garden to do small things, and then running back inside to cool down, and lots of hydration, but not spending super long amounts of time outside in this heat. Cold towels, we have little portable fans, all the things to try to keep cool. What are you picking?
These?
What are those called? Do you remember?
They're really sticky.
They're sticky? They're called green beans. Have you ever eaten green beans?
No.
Are you going to try some?
No. They're not good.
How do you know they're not good if you've never tried them?
Because they're not good.
Well, I think they're yummy. Look, don't throw it over there. Put it in the bucket.
Okay.
It's 8:30 at night. It's still this light out. That is the kind of nice thing about the summer solstice, when the sun is at its peak and we get the most sunlight of the whole entire year. We get long, long days to get a lot of stuff done. But it's not so great for if you have a hard time sleeping when the sun is up. But it's still 88 degrees. It's 8:30 at night. We're still sweating profusely, but it's a little bit cooler than it was during the day. So we're getting the garden picked, and then we're gonna get some stuff put in the freezer because we've got plenty of food in the fridge right now, which is great. Those beans aren't ready yet, babe. Our black beans are going really good. We got all the rye cut down. I just have to get it off of the heads. Come here, babe. But I just love this time of year and how green everything is. It's so funny because like during the daytime when the sun is full force, it's almost like it bleaches the color out of things, and then when the sun starts to go down, the colors pop a lot more. So in the morning time and in the evening, I love just looking at the trees and the green and everything. We're getting some ripe tomatoes. We should have cucumbers soon. I have somebody asking me for cucumbers, so hopefully we'll have cucumbers pretty soon. No peppers yet, because the only one that was on there got snatched by a bug. But I still have a few things to plant. My pumpkins and squashes, I haven't gotten to that yet. I want to plant some more flowers. I still have like a bunch of colors of zinnias that I haven't planted. I think I had envelopes on my counter where I had saved seeds in the fall for each individual color of zinnia that I had, and they never made it into jars. So when I planted my zinnias, I just grabbed all of those and mixed them together and threw them like in a section over there, and they're getting ready to bloom, which I'm really excited about. But I want to plant some more spots with like the specific colors of zinnias and maybe some more sunflowers. We'll see. We have such a long summer. We can still plant stuff for a while. And then we don't start fall seedlings until August. So since the peas are all done, and our snow peas over there too, I need to get all of that cleaned up, and we're gonna save some seeds and then save some for putting in the chicken feed. I only planted a couple of cherry and grape tomatoes because, we don't really eat that many of them, like maybe just a couple in salads. And in previous years when I've done like the cart with extra produce, it hasn't had much interest. So, oh my, look, it looks like some of the peas are restarting. I wonder if some of them like dropped their pods and now their pods are... We've got some of our really pretty sunflowers opening up over here by the rain barrel. Aren't they so pretty? I love this color. Well, thanks for hanging out with us on another scorching day in the garden. If it weren't for timers and sprinklers, I probably wouldn't be able to keep up with it in this heat. I knew once we had all that rain in the spring, we were gonna have a dry spell. It never fails. Thanks for hanging out, and I'll see you next time. Bye.